It is so funny how so many people have asked for Married Couple Season 2, Shikimori Season 2. Well, not that many people, but I know I'd like to see it. It took way too long for My Dress Up Darling to get a Season 2, yet Rent a Girlfriend is on Season 5, or is about to be on Season 5. And low-key, at this point, who's actually watching Rent a Girlfriend? I stopped at like Season 3, and every time I go back to click the episode, I kid you not, it's harder and harder to watch every single time. Because why are you paying to have a girlfriend? Mind you, she's not your real girlfriend. You haven't done anything with her as a college age student human being. And you have a actual girlfriend who, yes, may have been a little too pushy, but she is an actual girlfriend who really wants to be with you, who really likes you, who you really cannot debate is not the perfect girl for you as far as, you know, what's given to us at the current time. And yet you still choose to be with the Rent-A-Girlfriend. Okay, wait, actually, anybody that has finished or caught up with Rent-A-Girlfriend, are Kazuya and Ruka still a thing? I don't know. I mean, from where I've left off, they're still a thing, but you know, basically, why is he still going for Chizuru? Whatever that dumb girl name is. Why is he still going for that? Why are we going for that? You know, why is she still going for that? Kazuya, you are now a girl. Why are you still going for that? As a female, upgrade, bro. Just upgrade. Anime has taught us many valuable lessons, like learning how to fight, learning how to stand up for yourself, learning how to get a girlfriend, learning how to cook, learning how to make friends. One of the best lessons I think I and many of us have learned is never give up on your dreams. And even though life may seem impossible, if you keep trying, you keep pushing, you keep going forward, you never give up, you will reach your dreams. I was mainly thinking about Naruto and how many people in life really want to be like a millionaire by 20 or 45, even as early as 16. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes these are achievable, sometimes these are not. Naruto never put an age on when he wanted to be successful. He just said, I wanted to be Hokage. And guess what? He became Hokage. He wasn't the next Hokage, but he did eventually become Hokage. So what I really want to take away from that is, many of us want to be very successful in life right now. Even me with TikTok, I want to be successful right now. I want 1 million followers right now. But it will all happen in due time. We just have to give it time, give it patience, and not rush things. We will all achieve our dreams as long as we keep trying, pushing forward, never giving up. So yeah, I got this idea from another creator. If I ever find his video, I will definitely credit him, but never give up on your dreams. They will happen, even if you feel discouraged. If you ever go to see an anime movie, please go with anime friends, because I went with my girlfriend recently and it was kind of annoying to leave the theater. Not because I had a bad time watching it or I regret taking her, because it was pretty fun to take her. However, she doesn't really watch anime. So once we left the theater, it was kind of weird because 1, she slept through half the movie, and 2, I had nobody to talk about the movie with because she slept through half the movie. And I'm just sitting here like, dang, I'm glad she came along, but who the heck am I gonna talk about the movie with? And not gonna lie, was a little disappointed, but happy to spend time with her. So moral of the story is, if you're going to see anime and you want to talk about it after, please go with anime friends, because going with non-anime friends or people that sleep through the movie really sucks. Bad. Okay, so I feel like this is a safe space to talk about certain things, and one of those things would be, I like Yuri anime. Judge me, shame me all you want. Well, if you do, you're gonna be canceled. All jokes aside though, I think Yuri is actually a pretty good genre of romance. It stems away from the classic boy-girl relationship where we see the girl get mad at the guy for no reason, the guy goes ahead and chases the girl for whatever reason, and Simpson spends all his money on her for absolutely no reason. Rent a Girlfriend. It gives us a true peaceful innocence of, there doesn't have to be a leader, there doesn't have to be a follower, and above all else, it can happen like in plain pure sight, like literally right in front of somebody's face, and the other characters wouldn't know because they're both girls, and it feels like an actual romance building rather than something happening spontaneous and it's like, oh wow, he likes her now because they hung out for 1 episode. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I should say I like Yuri anime, and if you like Yuri anime too, let's be buds. Give me some good dub recommendations other than Bloom Into You, because I've already finished that and I cried. I just finished watching I'm in Love with the Villainess, and I've gotta say I was actually more impressed than I thought. Many people recommended me this as the #1 dub Yuri, and the show did not disappoint. Well, the first half of the show really was disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, but the second half of the show really carried, and it really got interesting when Claire's sister came, even though she caused a bunch of confusion, some weird incest vibes, and overall just a complete mess of the plot in my opinion. But she did push Ray and Claire to finally be closer, and at the end of this series finally started dating, which has really got me happy. Claire has actually admitted her feelings to Ray, and they are now officially a thing. However, it really does suck how Yuri does not get season 2s and how it's been quite a while and there's no mention of this getting a season 2, which really sucks because I really want to see this, but now I have to go ahead and read it. Overall though, this was a really good series. The plot was very interesting, characters really carried the show, the romance was non-existent until like episode 9, 10, and when I say non-existent, I mean both sides, not just Ray's. But I'm very happy that I did watch the show, and now I'm actually going to watch Adachi and Shimura. I know I didn't say that right again, but I'm honestly sad that I finished the show because now I wanted to see more of it. But yeah, thank you guys for recommending me this, and I'm going to watch some more Yuri. So people have been saying that More Than a Married Couple is overrated, and to be honest, they're not entirely wrong. But it's not just with that anime, lots of romance anime specifically are like that because it takes forever for them to get a season 2. Not just any romance anime, by the way, the good ones specifically, because there's lots of good romance animes that do get season 2, but there's a lot more bad ones that get a season 2, 3, 4, 5. Rent a Girlfriend. And even, this is just my opinion specifically, okay? Danger's in My Heart. That one, For the Love of Me, sucks so bad. Just gonna be honest. It sucks horrendously. The main character is an absolute weirdo. And it's just like, I don't get the point in trying to unalive the person that you want to be with. Moving on from that, things like More Than a Married Couple, Bloom Into You, Angel Next Door, which might be getting a new season this year, I think I heard that, don't remember, and many more are currently at one season, and they were really good with that one season, and people have been begging for the animes to return, but instead things like trash, Ufu Boo Boo, and plain silliness just keeps getting more and more attention rather than the things that people are actually asking for. So for those of you that say More Than a Married Couple is overrated, you're not entirely wrong, but you're also not entirely right. It's just that it's taking forever for that to get a season 2, and we are all begging for season 2, so please let us just get season 2. One anime that is really good that I'm surprised I have not even talked about once on this account is Konosuba. Konosuba is literally hands down the most funniest anime I've ever seen in my entire life. For some, maybe it's just unfunny, and that's okay. But to me, literally every single moment of that show, I was dying laughing. Kazuma and Aqua's little thing, friendship, whatever it is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. I low-key need like 100 seasons of this, and I will still not be disappointed. This would actually make me like, if this had as many episodes as One Piece, I would watch it without any complaints. And if anybody on the internet complained, I would say, what the heck is wrong with you? Now, I'm not trying to force this on anybody. I'm just saying I really love this anime. It is like the most funniest thing considering how it's like basically insulting the isekai genre. I think that's the purpose of it. And it's just so insane how human beings can actually think of such amazing content to where it's so mind-blowing. Like, how do you do it every single episode to make it so unimaginably perfect? I don't know, but I needed to give my Konosuba glaze on this, and probably sometime in the future you guys are going to hear a lot more Konosuba, so be prepared. Alya Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian is one of the greatest romance I've ever seen, and it's one of the only few romance in my opinion that can top Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Say what you want about either anime, personally I think both are peak. Not the best, but are peak. Alya trying to hide her feelings in Russian, even though Masachika can understand her, is a pretty cute concept that I think they're gonna have running for a very long time, given the title of the show. Not only that, but his sister likes him as well. Jeez, who would have saw the incest coming? Not like it happens in almost every 1 out of 5 animes. Besides that, the romance is honestly very wholesome, and in my opinion, honestly kind of realistic. In most anime, in like 3 episodes, for some reason, they're already like at married status. With this one, we already start out with a girl having a crush on a boy, and with some decent reasoning, she actually has a good reason to fall in love with the boy. The boy needs some time to process his feelings, but he will eventually reciprocate them back. In a not too rushed, not too fast-paced, not too slow-paced way, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just feel like it's better than most of the rom-coms we've gotten so far. But I just can't wait to see it return back in 2026. What are your thoughts? Comment them down below.